This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here at Mile High Ministries. Since 1988, this interdenominational community has been deeply connected to the neighborhoods with a heart for the poor while putting their values into action. I am here with Jeff Johnson, Amy Jackson. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. Roll back to 1988, latter part of the 80s. This really was a collaboration effort of many churches in the area, individuals. Share with me how this got started for you.
Well, there was a church in Lakewood called Bear Valley Church that, even though it was in the suburbs, it was a church with a heart for the city and a heart for the poor. And the pastor there gave the people a lot of freedom to imagine and dream how their lives might be used to be blessing to other people. And so what came out of that was all sorts of creative and interesting community outreach that happened, and different ways that people were using their gifts, using their lives to care for others. And then other churches began to see what was happening and say, how can we become part of that? So a group of pastors came together, began to vision and dream, and from their friendship together, this group of pastors, the idea to create Mile High Ministries was born.
I mean, this is a faith-based organization. Centuries ago, we were taught, be it the old scriptures, the new scriptures, that basically an active concern for the poor is something that we continue to understand. Do you feel that's still relevant today?
Well, I sure do. To me, that's one of the best ways to understand God's heart, is to be with people who are not just poor, but vulnerable, marginalized, and oppressed. We just learn something about ourselves even in that kind of experience, but we certainly learn something, I think, about the heart of God.
Absolutely. I mean, they say a stone that's thrown into a pond, it really has a rippling effect. We can truly see that here in this organization. This has really been, since the beginning, it's been an incubator, a launching pad for so many more ideas. Many organizations that have found their start here and went on to basically independently grow. Are those past successes something that you enjoy looking at?
Yeah, it's fun for us to see different people working around the city and know that they had at least part of their roots here in Mile High Ministries. And so even now, we're helping organizations get started and then launch out to operate independently, doing different things. We've got a social enterprise program called the Mile High Workshop that, for example, that provides jobs for people that are really difficult to employ, people who are struggling with addiction, or maybe have recently been incarcerated or homeless. It's difficult for those folks to find jobs and to begin to find some financial independence. So the workshop employs them, trains them, and then helps them find jobs and some stability. So we started the workshop 4 years ago, and now we're spinning it off to operate independently.
Let's get a little specific here about some of these challenges that you're dealing with day in and day out. A common challenge of those that are poor, not only centuries ago, but even more relevant today in our great city of Denver, is that of housing, homelessness. When people out there are looking, individuals or families are looking for stable, permanent housing, share with us how transitional housing, that of the Joshua Station, has been able to help them.
Sure. So Joshua Station is another one of our programs that was created to help address some of the housing issues that we're seeing in Denver specifically. So transitional housing or supportive housing is a way of taking a homeless family who may be living on the street, living out of their car, maybe living in a bedroom, and giving them a place to live in a season of time to be able to work on and address some of the challenges that led up to their homelessness. So our families come here to Joshua Station, they get a roof over their head, and they stay with us for at least 2 years. And during that time, we're helping them move forward, we hope, into some type of stable housing once they leave our program.
The vision has always been, since the 80s, to really genuinely be helpful. I mean, really provide programs, tangible ways for people to learn more about themselves, more about their neighborhood, the community. For folks out there, basically through all the programs that are under one umbrella, there really is no excuse for somebody not to be able to get involved. I mean, the way I look at it. I mean, I see so many different programs that a person could get involved with. Is that exciting for you?
Well, yes, and thanks for saying it that way. But I think you're right. There's a lot going on here, and there are different ways. Even tonight, as we were getting ready to begin the interview, we could see people all over the building that were helping out in various ways, preparing dinner, watching kids, helping us fix up motel rooms here to be able to be ready to receive families who will live here. So, yeah, there's a lot of ways for people to get involved.
Let me ask you this, as a nonprofit, and all the nonprofits that have launched off of this, they exist by the community helping out. I see many ways for them to get involved if they want to donate their time, volunteer, but from a monetary standpoint, credit card, bank transfers, estate planning, one-time donation, ongoing, are these all ways that you try to make it easy for people to be a part of the program?
For sure, and I think our website does make it pretty easy for people to do that. There's a lot of different ways to give and a lot of different reasons to give, but really it's about responding generously to whatever God is doing in a person's heart. Yeah.
Even in kind, if you've got an automobile or things like that you can donate, obviously important. What about we have youth out there that want to do their part. Maybe they want to become part of a leadership program or maybe intern here. What is the first step for them?
Well, they can reach out to us through our website. And here at Joshua Station, we do have a volunteer coordinator, Heather, who can interact with them and talk about different possibilities for kids to get involved. We do have a lot of youth groups who come and help out with different projects around the building and that kind of thing.
That is exciting. Last time, viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website. Once again, basically, if you're looking for some nonprofits that you would love to donate to, donate your time to, you will definitely find them here. This is an organization that began back in back in 1988. It was a collaborative effort between churches that really started in a Lakewood church and has expanded pretty much neighborhoods across the Denver metro area. Check out their website. Very easy to give right there as well. Donations obviously are greatly accepted right there. That is Mile High Ministries. It's an interdenominational community serving the folks here of Denver, Colorado. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.